Oh, anyway, we got us a little Cardinal in here.
Oh wow. I didn't even realize he was in there.
I reckon we'll give him some free heat today.
Yeah.
It's pretty nasty and cold outside.
We can make sure we're doing this planning right.
Yeah, he can be our supervisor on the planner here. All right, we got us a pretty big day today. We're gonna get started on the planter, but then here about 1 o'clock, we're gonna cut out for Louisville for the farming machinery show. I always look forward to it every year and hope to have a big time this year. But before we go have fun, we gotta get some work done. So anyway, what I'm going to do today before we leave is go ahead and get all this planter stripped down, and we'll make a list of things we need, and then I'll get some parts ordered, and hopefully all the stuff will be waiting for us Monday whenever we get back to work on this thing.
I'll beat us back.
Yeah. But I'm not thinking we got to do a whole heck of a lot to this thing this year, so I don't want to strip it completely. I want to take all the boxes off, because I know we're going to do some work on the meters. But then on the units and everything, we don't need to take it all off. We just need to take off one side of gauge wheel and disc opener to where we can check the seed tube, the inner disc scraper and everything. Yeah, so there's no need to take everything off. We'll just take half of it off, and then we'll replace what's needed. But to start on one unit, and I mean literally check every bearing, make sure there's no slack in any of the bearings, nothing sounds rough and everything. And then take off one half of it, and then we'll start inspecting and determine what all we need to replace.
Sounds like a plan.
So like this opener right here, it's got slack in it, so it's that I know. So this side definitely needs to come off, because that disc opener is going to need some attention.
Check this.
Ooh, that's got slack on it too. This side feels good. What about that side?
It's got a little bit, it's got a little.
Yeah, it's got a little. Tell you what, we'll take them. We'll take one off and see if it's the bearing or the bearing housing. If the bearing's just loose in the bearing housing. If we got a couple bearings bad, not wanting to, but we're gonna have some more go down during planting. We'll replace all the front units. Now what we did last year, we replaced all the back units, and we moved the ones from the back to the front. So the front's definitely got quite a bit more wear on them. But I know if y'all watched us last year, you're probably pretty interested in what the back ones look like, because we did a test on our planter. WearParts wanted us to try their disc openers with the precision machine housings and everything, and we tried 2 different types of openers from the WearParts. And then we put one unit with the stock OEM Kinze blades on there, and I have to go back and look on my video and figure out which one we did. But we're going to take, we're going to strip off one half of a side of all these units, and I'll get them over there on the bench, and we'll do some measuring and see if these WearParts disc openers wear any better than what the stock Kinze does, like they claim. And you know, we don't believe a lot of folks claims on here, and we like to test everything ourselves. So our planter last year was a test plot, and we'll see just what the wear on it is. So I'm gonna speed this up for you real quick. We'll get this planter stripped down. already saving money this year.
We are. We're keeping a lot of metal on there this year.
Well, not only that, I went and ordered the Martin parts that we needed for our road cleaners, and finally found the part numbers and called the guy. And, he's about to ship them to me. I just happened to ask him, well, y'all got anybody going farm machinery show there? I mean, we'll be there. I mean, we can pick them up there rather than ship them. Like, yeah, I'm leaving out here in a couple hours.
Heck yeah.
So
it'd be nice to come back with a truckload instead of $40 in shipping.
Yeah, so we got to go by and visit the Martindale Industries booth to pick up our parts. Anyway, we got everything stripped down on the planter that we need to right now, and don't have any hidden surprises. I got maybe 3 or 4 disc openers here that got bad bearings. So I got it marked with the red paint. Now, like I said, we got half the planter stripped down so we could check in here and make sure all of our scrapers in place. And surprisingly, for the first year since I've owned this planter, they're all intact and don't have to replace any of them. Other than that, we got some of these scrapers on the back side of our razor wheels are starting to get real worn thin where they've been rubbing on there. I think I got 13 of these I got to replace. We got those ordered, and then on our spike closing wheels on the front units, got some missing dust caps, and I can't find any proper ones to fit at Napa, so got those ordered. All of our gauge wheel bearings are still in good shape. Our rubber closing wheels, our spike closing wheels, all those bearings are in good shape. Of course, we rebuilt the spike closing wheels last year. And then we got all of the closing wheels on our furrow fours taken off, because I've learned that is a yearly replacement right there with all the cover crops that we plant into. Some of these get wrapped up with grass and stuff right there, and just sits there on the bearing, gets moisture in the bearing. So that's definitely a yearly replacement there. And I had big plans. We were going to do quite a bit more of this planter, but after seeing the state of the finances after last year, we're gonna hold off on some of this stuff. I was really wanting to go in here on our parallel arms and replace all of these bushings and bolts with the precision planting bushing kit and everything. I mean, those are really precise, takes absolutely all slop out of the units. But I mean, these are still pretty dang good and tight. We're going to try and go another year with it. That was going to be a pretty big job, because all these arms have to be drilled out and everything, and I don't remember what the cost is, but I do know that they were pretty dang pricey. So we're going to ride with these parallel arms and bushings for another year. Hopefully we'll have the money next year to be able to do that upgrade. And then I was really wanting to replace the trash wheels on our Martin razor wheels here. You can see, I mean, they're getting pretty dang wore, but these things are 80 bucks a piece. So you're looking at $160 a row times 12 rows. That's $2,000 that we just need to try and hold off and maybe spend it next year. I'm going to try and get one more year out of these. I mean, they're still doing an acceptable job, but I imagine after this year they're going to be just plumb slap wore out. But we're trying to save every penny we can do. I'm really big on preventative maintenance and everything, but sometimes you just got to draw the line with what's feasible and stuff, and I think these can run another year. So anyway, this overhaul job ought to be pretty quick and simple. It's not really an overhaul job. It's just going through and replacing a few items, and I think she'll be ready to go for another year. Now on to the burning question that y'all wondering. Are the WearParts disc openers any better than the stock OEM Kinze ones? So let me get a few over here on the bench. We'll find out. All right, the results are in, and let me tell you, if y'all watch this for a while, you know I'm pretty much a skeptic on any manufacturer's claims about being bigger, better, longer lasting, etc. Well, we got proof otherwise today. Here's the factory Kinze blade that we put on. We put this on row number 7, and last year we planted right at 2,150 acres, or 178 acres per row. Now this Kinze blade from the factory is 15 inches in diameter, and after 1 year of use, it comes in at 14.921 inches diameter and showing about 15.8% wear. And then we tested 2 different blades from WearParts. They're Chelson, which is more of an economical version, and then their top of the line forged to new. These Chelsons right here, like I said, brand new, 15 inches. These measured 14.937 inches diameter, whereas the Kinze's was 14.921 inches. This one figures out to 12.6% wear. Now it's got slightly less wear than the factory Kinze, but these factory Kinze's last year were right at $50 a piece, whereas these Chelsons were right around $38 a piece. And I just talked to Eric at WearParts LLC, and he says the price on these Chelsons this year is like $38.60 a piece. So they're definitely lasting longer than the Kinze's, and they're at a whole lot better price point. So these Chelsons are a definite value. Now let's look at the forged new. They're a high-priced option, which last year they were around $53 a piece. Compared to factory Kinze's $50 per piece. This year I think they're slightly over $54 per piece. So the forged news, they come in at 14.969 inches diameter and only showing 6.2% wear. The forged new, definitely the longest lasting of the bunch, which they claimed it would be. I mean, not showing hardly any wear after 178 acres per row, and they're only priced slightly higher than the factory Kinze. So the forged new is definitely a better deal than the factory Kinze. But on these openers, as what we found, we normally don't actually wear the blades out before we need to replace them. The bearings typically go out before the blades actually do. So it still remains to be seen if these forged news, even though the blades will last a lot longer, don't know how long the bearing's going to last. Now you can grind all of these rivets off and replace the bearing and then rivet it back on there, but that's a lot of work and a lot of effort. And what we found replacing the bearing in a used housing, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. A lot of times that bearing will then be loose in that housing, although these housings are supposed to be precision machines. So don't know if the forged new are going to be the best value. What I do know, these Chelsons lasting longer than factory, and they're a heck of a lot cheaper than factory. Now there's another option out there. You know, you can buy your blades from Shoop, which we've done in the past, and they last about the same amount of time as factory, and they're going to be your cheapest blades. Now I haven't checked Shoop this year, but I think last year they were ranging somewhere around $30 to $36 per blade, depending on the thickness and the hardness. But they're only going to last as long as your original equipment. So I think from here on out, these Chelsons, I'm going to look really hard at them, and then we'll see how long these blades last when I start having problems with the bearings and stuff, and I'll decide then if the forged news are worth the extra price tag. But overall, I'm definitely impressed. The WearParts LLC definitely sell a higher quality than your OEMs as far as blades, and at a better price point. So y'all be sure, you got a planter, need to overhaul it, be sure to check them out and get you some of those blades ordered, because I'll vouch for them. They sell a good product at a better price. Well, Andy, we had a pretty dang good morning. We got all the planters stripped down and everything, and I think it's about time we make tracks for Louisville.
Might hit the pavement here.
Yeah, you need to wash up a little bit before I let you in my truck.
Yeah.
The truck's looking a little.
Carter, you ready to go to Louisville? Carter is going to be making his debut appearance at the Farm Machinery Show. He's going to take it by storm. He's going to kick all them little kids off the equipment so he can go sit on it. So Andy, let's get washed up, throw our luggage in the truck, pick Kelly up. Hopefully she's got all of her 15 suitcases packed, and we can hit the road.
Let's go.
Is it still not working?
Well, no, I didn't pour any new in there, but I just picked it up and it's got quite a bit in here. I can pull the plug out and there's current coming out of the bottom of it.
Well, maybe we need to drain the whole tank and then blow it out real good.
That's what I'm trying to do now.
Yeah, we're trying to get our supplemental Alcoda heater going because for the next few days we're going to need it because we're supposed to have the coldest cold snap of the year, like 3 straight days of getting down about 7 degrees at night, and we can't afford to take those days off. We're behind the 8 ball as usual. We got stuff we got to run through the shop and get it done. Doesn't matter if it's going to cost us an arm and a leg, get this shop warm. And that thing hadn't been used in a while. Got some kind of that black slimy junk in the diesel fuel. We changed the filter housing and everything, but still not wanting to fire up. All right, we finally got our bazooka heater going there. Andy had to take just about all the complete fuel system apart and blow out all the gunk where that fuel gotten crud in there, but she putting out good heat now. If y'all are looking for heating options for your shop, I mean, this isn't really what you want to listen to all day long. If you want to get your shop good and warm real quickly in the winter, one of these Alcoa model 210 heaters, I mean, they are absolutely fantastic, and they will run a long time on a tank of fuel. They really don't take very much fuel. And who we buy ours from is Power Cleaning Equipment in Memphis. They're an outstanding Alcoa dealer. They're the ones we use for our pressure washer and everything. Just a really top-notch service company. And then I'm a big fan of the Alcoa products themselves. Really do great for us. All right, now we got back from the farm show. All the fun and games for this winter is done. It's time to put in some serious work, and first order day is going to be get back on this planter here. But anyways, I want to take a brief moment to thank each and every one of y'all that we saw at the farm machinery show, that either stopped us while we were walking around or came to the thing at Acres TV and met with afterwards. Really appreciate y'all taking the time to come meet with us. Now I know there's a lot of drama going on around social media about some certain personalities that were basically unapproachable and rude and everything else, and I just want to say, you know, that's not us, definitely not us at all. And I hope y'all don't ever look at us as being unapproachable like that. You know, one of the main reasons we go to these farm shows is, well, I mean, to look at everything that's there, but also to meet everybody. We just don't have a chance to interact with, you know, all throughout the year. We really love shaking your hand, hearing your stories, you know, where you're from, how your farms are similar to ours or differ, and everything else. And a general consensus of a lot of the comments we got this past week was, you know, just how, I guess, relatable our farm is to a lot of y'all's farms. You know, all the problems that we're going through on our farm, a lot of y'all are seeing the exact same problems on your farm. And I know, being a farmer, you really feel like you just kind of isolated. You're in your own little bubble all year long. You know, things going bad, you think, you know, you're the only one bad things are happening to, going through tough times. And you know, a lot of farmers said, you know, they come home at night, watch us on, you know, watch our video and find out that a lot of the same issues that they're having, we're also having, and just makes them feel better about their situation. So guys, we miss y'all this past week. You know, there will be farm shows in the future. Our plan right now is to be at the Farm Progress Show in Decatur, Illinois, I think around the end of August. We plan on being there for one day, so if we didn't get a chance to meet you this last week, hopefully we get a chance to meet you then. All right, now where we're at on our planter, we got it all stripped down. We've also got all of our closing disc on the furrow force taken off, because that's a yearly maintenance item, replacing all of those bearings and stuff. And I think we've got, with the exception of a few bearings that should be in later this morning, we got pretty much all the stuff that we need to do. So I'm gonna have Andy probably taking all of these old bearings out of the closing wheels, and I'm gonna focus my attention on our meters. We're starting to get some wear on our meters and stuff, and if you notice this rubber surround on the vacuum, you see how it's cracking right there. This rubber's gotten old. Time to replace all of it. Probably time to replace the brushes and that kind of stuff. So, you know, these rubber surrounds, this is what the disc presses up against. And you start getting cracks, you're going to start losing vacuum pressure, and you don't have vacuum pressure, you're not going to have anything to hold the seed in the disc, and your population, your space, and all that kind of stuff is going to start suffering. So, all right, the rubber seals and stuff, I believe we just stick a screwdriver in there and prise them up and pull them out. Make sure we get the groove that it sits in, get it cleaned out real good. Then just go around pressing you one in. All right, looks like it's in there good. That's what she looks like. All right, one down, 22 more to go. Let me speed this up for y'all a little bit, folks. Yeah, I think you better get a new battery and go back through and retorque these.
Yeah.
All right, well, we had a pretty dang good productive day considering it's first day back from vacation. Got our heater working. We got our forklift working also. Finally got the electronic control module and the coils. Got it in, put that on, sucker fired up just like that. Got all the seals replaced in our meters. Got all 24 bearings in our closing wheels here. All of them put back on. And considering we got a pretty light repair list on the planner this year, I think there's a pretty good chance we'll get this thing knocked out tomorrow, provided it don't snow too much and Andy can make it into work. But I don't think the snow's supposed to come in until later on tomorrow night. Anyway, you ready to call it a day, Andy?
Good.
All right, we're gonna head to the house. See y'all back out here in the morning. Yeah, I got both heaters running this morning, get it warmed up in here pretty quick. It's about 27 degrees outside. Temperature's gonna be falling all day. Got a winter storm coming in overnight, and then the temperature is supposed to plummet after that. So right now, Andy's getting our tractor down from the shed while it'll still crank, pulling it up here to where we can plug the block heater up to so we can start up tomorrow. Hopefully get this planter out of here and get the next project in. So anyway, we really don't like all that much, just some odds and ends. Putting some dust caps on a couple closing wheels. I got to track down the correct O-ring that goes in behind that big plug on our precision planting hydraulic block, because it kept on blowing last year and just the general would not hold. So I don't know if that takes a high temperature one or what. I got to source that. And then the biggest thing what to do today is all the bushings in our row cleaners here. So they got all that slack back and forth. Those bushings inside the pivot here start to get wore. We got all those, so that'll be a pretty easy fix. And then like the scrapers right here that we need to replace, I think we got 13 of them. We got to pull this whole trash wheel off to get this on the back side. We got those in stock. And then just putting our disc openers back on. We still got like, I think 3 bearings to change. Put those back on, make sure everything's shimmed up properly. And she'll be ready to plant the big 2025 crop that we're gonna have this year, because we need it. But anyway, I'm not gonna show a whole lot of this work, just boring, mundane stuff, but I'll bring you back when got something else to show you. Like that, 25 minutes later. It's so warm in here, I need to take my long sleeves off. Tell you what, that heater's gold. I hope anyway. Normally I don't like replacing the bearings in these housings because they're really not a tight fit to begin with, and you press a new bearing in there. Sometimes you'll have slack in the housing, feel like slack in the bearing, but it's actually slack in the housing because these housings are not great. But considering the cost of blades, and then if I just replace, you know, a few blades, then I got uneven wear all across there, which makes setting your planter difficult and everything. You know, for right now, just replacing the bearings is going to be the best and most economical choice. But wouldn't surprise me, next year we're going to be calling up WearParts to get a front set of disc openers for the front units there. All right, we got all the parts placed and going back and reassembling them. Andy's
plenty of blue Loctite.
Yeah, trying to get these new scrapers on the backside. He replacing them. You got a better view of them there. And what these things do, that's the beauty about these road cleaners here, is your road cleaners rolling around there. If these catch any cover crop as it brings it around, the scraper just knocks it off, and these road cleaners will absolutely not wrap up. For the type of planting that we do, putting these razor wheels on here with that backing plate scraper, one of the best modifications we've ever done. And anyway, I was going back and putting disc openers back on, and here's one of the ones with I replaced the bearing and put it back on tight. I know y'all can't hear it, but it's got slack in it. Problem is, the slack's not coming from the bearing, it's coming from this stamped hub right there. And that's why I don't like replacing the bearings in these disc openers. I mean, it's a lot of time and effort to grind the rivets out, knock them out, replace the bearing, then put the disc opener back on, and then you still got slack because these stamped hubs are crap. I mean, they're really only meant for one-time use, even though the bearing can be replaced. So now I gotta make another trip to town, get 2 more hubs. I thought those bearings pressed in mighty easy, but that's why generally, when money's not so tight, you know, we have some bearings go out, we just go replace all the disc openers and don't have to mess with them again, don't have to redo our work like we're having to do here. I can't wait till WearParts comes out with those brand new hubs that they're talking about. But I think it'll take a lot of this aggravation of these disc openers out. Now, this is what I'm talking about. I get used to this. All right, today I'm working all by my lonesome. I told Andy just take the day off. I didn't want him to risk his vehicle to just come back here and help me put a planter back together. I should be able to get it done myself today without any problem. All we gotta do is just go back, put all the gauge wheels on, the rest of the disc openers on, hoppers on, and believe she'll be ready to pull out. I am waiting for one O-ring in the hydraulic control box. We can put that on at a later time, no big deal. Would have come really close to getting it done yesterday if I didn't have to run all the way to Bradford to get some more bearing hubs for these disc openers. You know, 2 of them that I put on, slack in the bearing. I haven't put these other 3 on. Hopefully they'll be okay and I won't have to grind them off, but I hate having to do work twice. But those 2 disc openers, I want to grind the rivets out, put new hubs in with the new bearings. They should be good to go. So anyway, I'm going to crank the music up down here and enjoy working by myself for today. I know one thing, not going to have to worry about any salesmen bothering me or anybody else. Only people that's going to bother me today, probably going to be telemarketers. Well guys, it's been a pretty productive day, and I gotta say, one of the more enjoyable days I've had in a while, with snow everywhere, you know, telling Eddie not to come in, you know, nobody else is at work, don't have salesmen and everybody else stopping here and taking up my time. I've been able just to focus directly on this planter, just go down row by row, and been a very time consuming process, just making sure everything is shimmed up right, from our road cleaners to our gauge wheels to our disc openers, making sure everything is tip-top shape and perfectly adjusted, so when we do get to the field, get ready to plant this spring, it does exactly what it's supposed to do and does the best job capable, because this year profit is going to be all in the details, and Every bit of time I spend on this planter making sure we get that critical planting operation, getting it just right, gives us that much more chance of success come fall. Anyway, didn't quite get it done today like I wanted to. I think I got 6 rows left, putting it back together. Like I said, it's a very time-consuming process, just making sure everything is just perfect on it. But anyway, I think we got enough content here to close out this video. Guys, no, I hadn't mentioned in a while, you want to support us and our channel, be sure to visit our online store, www.farmmerchbin.com. We got a full line of merchandise on there, from t-shirts to hoodies, sweatshirts, tumblers, stickers, license plates, you name it, we've got the Griggs Farms logo on it. So, and not only will you be supporting us, you also be supporting another small family-owned business that makes all the merchandise and takes orders and ships it out. And if you've been following a bunch of other local channels, you know, Crop Critic, Dylan Joyce Farms, Thomas Farms TN, Chronicles of Kayla, and several others, they've also got merchandise on that website, and I know they'd appreciate your support too. So guys, anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I really don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow when I get this thing done, because I really don't think I'll be able to get my combine started to get it in here. It's supposed to be get down like 5 degrees tonight, and I'm not even sure if my combine's got a block heater on it. I've never even had to look, so don't know if we'd even be able to get it started to get it in here. And was going to get our roller crimper in here, but we got the notification yesterday that our parts are stuck in Virginia because of winter weather. The truck's not able to come this way, so really not sure when we're going to get the parts for our roller crimper. So I really don't know what we're going to work on next, but we got to work on something. Anyway, I'll figure it out. Appreciate y'all watching. See you in the next one.